in this special hour-long edition of Insiders with Congressman Latham and Congressman Boswell and Dave Price.
Congressman Boswell, I wanted to back up to something you mentioned about the federal taxes. You've talked about restoring the taxes to where it was during the Clinton administration for folks who make more than $250,000, right? You've heard the Republican argument that this hits small businessmen. Congressman Lobsack, the way I understand it, wants that threshold at $1 million, and I think maybe even Vice President Biden kind of slipped that in during that vice presidential debate. Is that more doable?
Well, I don't know, but it's worth discussion at, and Congressman Lobsack did present that to us just before we went on this break, as I recall, and and I supported that idea. Put it out. Let's talk about that. There's another example where we could be trying to do something, and if it's something that's doable, but that's what the process is about. Bring it out, bring it through the committee work, bring it to the floor, and let's see what it looks like. Right now, it's an idea, and I've said from the beginning that we talked about affordable care, and it helps to go to small businesses, 50 employees below. Well, maybe that's not enough. So time has given us experience. If we need to add to that, then let's be willing to at least sit down and talk about it with a little daylight on it and see if that's what we need to do.
Congressman Latham, that $1 million threshold, wouldn't that'll get the overwhelming majority of small businesses under that?
Well, it would, but if you're talking about deficit reduction, it doesn't do anything. Even at $250,000, you're only talking about 8% of what the annual deficit is. What we need to have is to quit just talking about things and looking at things. We need to get stuff done. And that's why we've got to get back there. We've got to bring both parties together to actually accomplish something, get something done for the American people. It can be done if people will be serious about it and quit just looking and talking all the time.
But why isn't that serious? I mean, once you get that $1 million threshold, you're getting a decent chunk of money. It's not going to wipe out the whole thing.
It would be, I would say, less than 1% of what the deficit is. I mean,
so that's not worth it.
Well, we're better off to actually have a comprehensive tax reform that would do away with a lot of these loopholes, that will actually have the economy going. If you want to generate revenue for the federal government, you get people working. You get them paying taxes, Social Security taxes, Medicare taxes. You get them paying in and being productive, have a growing economy. And that's what happened in the late 90s. We had an explosion of economic activity, capital gains taxes coming in, all the things that really generated the surpluses that we held the line on spending, and the economy was strong at that time.
You had this clash on these positions between the two parties, and not just you two. When we get back after during a lame duck session, can anything be accomplished, and will there be enough pressure? Will it depend on who wins the presidency? What do you think?
Well, I hope it doesn't depend on who wins the presidency, because we have a fiscal cliff that we're looking at the end of this year with taxes going up across the board. We have the sequestration that's going to kick in on January 2nd. That's going to be major cuts with an
Are you willing to make real compromises?
Absolutely.
That's been my history. John, you've known that, and Dave, you've known that from legislature to now. I'm a compromiser. We need to sit down and get things going, and we talked about it. You just did about us getting back there and work together. Well, we've been 2 years, and we've done the least we've ever done. We've had 30 votes on to do away with affordable health care, for example, and stuff like that, when we really ought to have been doing a farm bill and the wind tax credit and things that could have helped the economy and put us back to work and gave us a chance to put jobs out there, and not situations like Siemens, who's had to lay off people in anticipation that they can't manufacture here. And something that's been working out very good for Iowa. About 20% of our energy coming from wind now, and you drive across the state and see the windmills going, and we could have been, but now, yes, I agree, we got to go back and do that. In fact, I wish we were there today instead of be sitting here.
We are again forced to take a break.
You don't mean anything against us, of course.
We'll continue with Dave's questions when we come back.